Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Lauren Kruger. I am going to be speaking to you about hacking the FMP, a step-by-step guide to successfully completing the Facility Management Professional, the FMP. I am joining you from Stavanger, Norway. My family has been here for 2 years, so hopefully this is coming to you at a time that is easily accessible for you around the world. We usually have people joining all over the world from Asia and Europe and Africa. So if you have a moment, I would love to see where you are joining in from. If you can type it into the chat, just say hi and where you're tuning in from. Again, my name is Lauren Kruger. I am the Director of Sales Operations for IFMA. I've been with IFMA for 10 years now. So I started out in the membership department and now am in the professional development sales department. So we will be discussing the FMP mostly today. We do presentations monthly on all the other programs as well. If you're hoping to get some more information on some of IFMA's other programs, you can go to IFMA's YouTube channel to view the additional presentations we've done in the past, as well as the IFMA website. And this one will be recorded and you can view it again on LinkedIn, as well as IFMA's YouTube channel if you have access to that. I want to take a moment to also mention IFMA's regional representatives. Laura Payman is our managing director for IFMA EMEA, that's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. CC Dai is our managing director for IFMA China, and Mahendra Singh is our director for IFMA India. So if you are in these parts of the world, these are excellent people to get in touch with, whether you have questions about membership or chapters near you, as well as events happening in your region. So, for example, World Workplace Europe is happening next week in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. I hope you will be joining us if you are in Europe. I will be there as well next week, so looking forward to maybe seeing some familiar faces from the presentations. Please do find me. I would love to talk with you more. So that is happening again next week in Rotterdam. So let's see, we've got a few people joining in, some from Dubai, Sri Lanka, Egypt, Malaysia. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. So for those of you who are not familiar with IFMA, IFMA's vision is to lead the future of the built environment to make the world a better place. We have been in the industry for over 40 years. We are the leading experts. We have over 22,000 members in more than 100 countries and 139 chapters globally. So if you are not familiar, chapters are local representations of IFMA. It is a great resource to connect with other professionals in the industry, as well as those professionals that provide products and services to facility managers. If there is not a chapter near you, again, getting in touch with your regional representative is going to be key to discuss maybe what is the process for establishing a chapter near you. I know many of you who are joining us today, we have many chapters. In India and Bangalore, we have a chapter. We have 2 other chapters in Italy. Sorry, saw someone is joining from Italy. We have 2 other chapters in India. We have chapters in Nigeria and Ghana, Hong Kong, Singapore. So we have chapters all over the world that you can take part in. So what do you want to know about the FMP? Again, we are going to be spending our time today talking about the FMP program. If you have questions on any of the other credentials, I'm happy to talk through some of those at the end of the presentation. But if you have anything specific you want to know about the FMP, write it in the chat and I will address it as I can during the presentation. And again, there will be time at the end for other questions and answers as well. So what is the FMP, the Facility Management Professional? Why is this considered the foundational credential? Who is ideal and who needs the FMP? So the first IFMA has defined 11 core competencies of the facility management body of knowledge. The FMP is comprised of 4 out of those 11. And these 4 competencies are foundational. They are deemed critical by employers for every professional facility manager to know, to be trained in, to have the skills necessary within these 4 competencies. And that's what you see on the screen here: finance and business, project management, leadership and strategy, and operations and maintenance. So who is ideal for this FMP? We like to say that you should have at least 1 year of experience within facility management before pursuing this credential. It is not a requirement. However, there is a lot of content in each of these 4 competency courses. And so having some experience in facility management will help you progress through these courses, as well as help you grasp the concepts and topics that are discussed within these competencies. So while a year of experience is not required, it will help you as you go through this program. Who needs the FMP? Again, these are the 4 foundational competencies. So from the global job task analysis that IFMA conducts, we gather many feedback from the roles and responsibilities of facility managers around the world. We have subject matter experts that review the feedback from that survey, and they have defined these 4 competencies are critical for any facility manager, professional facility manager. So anyone who wants to gain additional training, fill skills gaps in these foundational competencies, this credential is for you. So we are going to talk about hacking the FMP, how to be successful in completing the FMP program. Step 1 is to get set up. So once you have purchased that FMP program, this will be available on your training dashboard in fm.training. So you will need to make sure that you have logged into your account on fm.training. Here is the we go to the will appear in the upper corner of the screen. And then there's some navigations from the home menu here, and you can go to messages and review the messages that are in your inbox. So once you've purchased that program, you should receive an email with how to access your course in fm.training. However, if for whatever reason your firewall blocks that email, you can still log in directly on fm.training, review any messages that were sent to you, and access that FMP program from your training dashboard. So please, once you have purchased it, or if someone has purchased it on your behalf, first step is immediately, I would try to do this within the next 24 hours, is to access your training dashboard and make sure that you can see your FMP course. If you cannot, if you're having trouble, there are a number of how-to videos and knowledge articles on how to access your training, how to understand the course player within the training dashboard so that you can help navigate through the program. You can also submit a help desk ticket and someone from IFMA will respond to you within 24 hours. So once you have verified you do have that program, you can log in, you know how to access your training dashboard. The second step is to plan, study, and pass your FMP. So IFMA does provide a study guide that helps you understand how you can organize your time to complete the FMP program in as little as 4 months, 8 months, or if you want to go through 12 months of a study plan to complete that program. When you purchase the FMP program, you do receive 2 years of online access to complete that program. Now, 2 years is a long time. You do not want to have a year pass without you actually ever logging into your program and completing the material. So please make sure you can access your FMP and then start planning out your time to complete that FMP in a time that it can be done by you. We all understand that FMs are in demand. You have very busy schedules. On top of that, personal lives. So make sure planning out and understanding how you can organize your time can help you achieve that program while managing your day-to-day job and family life. So pick days and stay consistent. What days of the week will you study? Maybe you have more time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. What time of day will you study? If you're doing this during the workday, block out time on your calendar. Same if you're doing this at home, for me, it would be once the kids are in bed, I have some time to actually focus on my studies if I'm pursuing a professional credential. So this study guide is available on the IFMA website, and you can see the breakdown here. This is the 4-month path. So that is completing a course a month. So for example, with finance and business, there are 6 chapters, and this will take you about 12 hours on average, 12 study hours to complete this course. So you can see this is weeks 1 through 3. We've divided what chapters you should read that week. And then the final week is week 4 will be attempting that final assessment for that course. You do have 3 attempts on that final assessment. If you fail all 3 attempts, the system will lock you out of attempting that final assessment again. So this forces you to read back through the material, maybe take some of the chapter quizzes so you can help prepare yourself again before attempting the final assessment. After those 30 days, your final assessment will unlock and you will be able to attempt that test again. Step 3 is connect with your community. Don't go at this alone. Support does exist. IFMA, you heard me mention, has more than 22,000 members around the world. And we have a number of members that have attained the FMP already or are working towards completing their FMP credential. We have FMPs worldwide. So that is a tremendous community to connect with to help you through this program. We do have a engage forum. So if you ask those 22,000 members around the world, it's an online forum. We also have a subgroup for FMP credentials. So if you already have it or are going through the program, join that subgroup, that FMP credential subgroup so that you can connect with individuals who are also pursuing the FMP. Maybe find a study buddy, someone that can hold you accountable to your timeline you've given yourself to complete the FMP. Or connect with someone who has already completed it and say, I'm having trouble understanding this concept. Can you give me an example of something that you do in your facility to help me understand what this is telling me? And chapters. If you have a chapter near you in your city, or if you are a member in that chapter, there might be other people in that chapter who are also going through the FMP program. Also, many of our chapters are able to conduct FMP training. So, for example, I know IFMA Nigeria and the Ghana chapter conducts regular FMP training for members. Reach out to them to see if you can join an upcoming training session. And that's a great way to go through this program with others that are also going through the FMP program. IFMA also offers FMP instructor-led virtual courses. So if you're going through the FMP and you're struggling maybe with leadership and strategy, or you're struggling with all of the content, IFMA has a virtual instructor-led component to help you understand those concepts and topics. So these are live sessions that are led by an IFMA instructor, and they provide a high-level overview of the concepts and topics. So it is important that you read the material before attending those online sessions so that you can ask questions of the instructor of where you're struggling. But IFMA offers a number of resources and benefits to help you complete that FMP program. We want you to be successful. We want you to get that FMP credential. So we will do what it takes to make sure that you do achieve that. So step 4 is now understanding your online resources that you have within the FMP program. So there is a pretest at the beginning of each of those courses. So remember, there's 4 that make up the FMP. Each one has a pretest. I would recommend starting with that pretest because it is going to give you a baseline of your knowledge for that course. So you may find with, this finance and business that you are pretty competent from your pretest. So you may not need to spend as much time reviewing this material than if you would say leadership and strategy. So taking that time to do the pretest and reviewing your results to understand, based on these, I may need to spend more time on chapter 2 than I would on chapter 3. That can help you plan out your study time as well. And then IFMA also offers flashcards that you can download. You can do them online, or you can download those flashcards, print them out, and study physically in hand. There is case studies within the program that can help you understand real live scenarios of how something is utilized within a facility. And we do have optional printed books. So if, you attempted the digital content first and you decide, I need to be highlighting and making notes in a physical book, you can purchase the physical books from IFMA for that FMP program. So make sure that you're looking through all sources online in the FMP program, because there are a number of things to look at to help you understand how are you progressing through the program. Are you grasping the concepts and topics? And then that pretest can help you establish a baseline of your knowledge before you even begin studying. Step 5, stick to the plan you create. I know this is hard. Keep track of your time. Are you tracking with your study schedule? If not, then let's adjust accordingly based on how you're starting to progress through that program. Once you complete a module, attempt that final assessment before starting the next course. So at the end of each one of those courses is the final assessment that you must pass, and you have to pass all 4 before you can submit your application for the FMP. So attempting it after you've completed reviewing the content for that specific course, that it's going to be fresh in your mind. So you should be able to, with the content fresh in your mind, attempt that final assessment. So don't review all courses and then come back and decide you're going to take the final assessments all at one go. You may have lost some of the knowledge as you've done that. So attempting that final assessment immediately after completing that module or after attending a virtual or live course is going to have that content fresh in your mind. And then adjust your schedule accordingly. Each module is a completely different topic, and you may take more or less time to finish a module. You'll see study times for each module. Those are average study times. So that is going to be completely dependent on you. It could take someone less, or it could take you more. So just make sure that you're looking at your work schedule, personal life, and really setting realistic goals for when you can complete and study this program. And then success. Once you have completed all 4 courses, you've passed all 4 final assessments, you get to submit your application to IFMA for the FMP. So just completing all 4 courses is not enough. This is the last step is submitting your application. You have to do this in order for your application to be approved so that you have the FMP credential. Once it is approved, it's a lifelong credential. You receive a digital badge, and that's what this looks like right here. You may have seen some of your colleagues or friends on LinkedIn claiming their digital badge from IFMA, showing that they've completed this course or the credentialing program, and those are the skills that they've learned with completion of that program. So it's it's a great resource to share on LinkedIn, on your email signatures, to show that you've completed that program. We also offer a digital certificate that you can download once your FMP application has been approved. So if you would like to do that, you can. We do offer a hard copy certificate that we can have printed and shipped to you. There is an additional fee for the hard copy certificate, and you will pay for that and select that option when you're submitting your application. Otherwise, we do offer a digital certificate for free. And then we do have a credentials registry, which is the official platform to verify you have the credential. So sending the link to the credentials registry to your supervisor or a prospective employer so that they can research your name and verify directly from IFMA that yes, you do have that credential. So some quick tips for success for you here. Commit, plan, put it on your calendar. Pick a time every day or week and study at that time consistently. If you do sign up for virtual FMP classes, schedule time to do the readings ahead of the class. Again, these are live, they are not recorded. So if you want to really benefit from talking with an instructor as they go through the concepts and topics in this program, you have to read that material ahead of the time so that you know where you're struggling. If you have questions, you can ask them directly of the instructor in class. And secrets of the final assessment. Do not skip reading the material and taking the test. Answer the final assessment questions with a global thought process, thinking of what you would do in a best case scenario. So many people will go through the final assessment and try and answer the question based on how they would handle a specific situation in their facility in their country. And that is not how IFMA's programs were created and how these questions were created. They are being approached from a global perspective. So when you answer these questions, it should be, what is the best case scenario? What is the ideal scenario for handling this specific issue or topic in facility management, not how you would do it in your own facility. It is an open book test. Each module has, as I mentioned, has its own final assessment. It is not proctored. These are online. So when you purchase the FMP program, you purchase the final assessments you need to get the FMP credential, which means you do not have to go to a testing center. So you can take this from home. You can have your book open on your desk so that you can help yourself, answer the questions as you go through the exam. Now, the final assessment is timed, so you do have to make sure you're watching your time, have some time management so that you don't not complete the final assessment, because then that would result in a failed attempt. And you remember you have 3 to try and pass before the system will lock you out of attempting it again for 30 days. And then if you find yourself, struggling to understand some of the concepts or a specific course, we recommend attending a virtual FMP class. Again, those are led by an instructor, so they can really help you understand those concepts. You can ask questions. You can join a group of other individuals going through the FMP program and learn from them as well. And then tip 3 is just get out of your own head. Don't doubt yourself. Avoid negative self-talk. There is a lot to the FMP. It is a lot of content. Have a plan B, a C, and a D plan. Do you have extra time to study a particularly challenging module? Procrastination is not your friend. I can't tell you how many times we've had people who haven't logged on to their FMP program in over a year. So, to prevent that from happening, set a reminder on your phone or your calendar, once a week, once a month, to remind yourself to go back in and study. That would be a helpful tip to make sure that you are staying on top of it and keeping it top of mind to complete the program. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Everyone starts at the beginning. No one knows everything, but together we know a whole lot. So, as I mentioned, we have a number of resources that can help you complete this program. We want to see you achieve that FMP credential. So, do not be afraid to reach out for help. Consult with us on what maybe you should be doing or looking at to help you complete that program. So to recap, hacking the FMP is to, 1, get set up, make sure you have access to that program on the training dashboard, plan a course of study action for the FMP program, and then pass those final assessments. Connect with a community to help support you through the FMP program. Understand the resources online that are within the FMP program, stick to your plan, and then enjoy your success and celebrate it with your peers as a newly designated FMP. So if you are looking to understand what credential is right for you, maybe it's not the FMP, maybe it's, the SFP or the CFM, we do have a very quick 2-minute survey, what we call our career compass, to help you identify maybe where you should start looking. So this is not to say this is based on your results where you should begin. It is just a suggestion of where you get and decide for yourself, yes, this is what I need, or no, I actually need something else. You heard IFMA virtual online class deliver. We work with international education training affiliates. So these are training organizations from around the world that IFMA works with to provide training locally to you. We have a website that lists our partners all over the world so that you can investigate to see if they have any upcoming trainings you may be able to join in on. So if you want a classroom course or a virtual course, do check out that list. It is very important to understand that where you are attending training is through an IFMA education training affiliate, because if they are not an approved training affiliate of IFMA's, I cannot guarantee you what material you're receiving, like what is the content you're reviewing, what physical materials and resources are you receiving. I don't know who's teaching that course. Are they even qualified to be teaching that course? So if you attend it through an IFMA education training affiliate, I can guarantee you that you will be receiving the actual texts and resources you need to complete that program, that the instructor teaching that course is an IFMA qualified instructor, and that the training or provider you are taking the training through is vetted and approved by IFMA. So please make sure that you are reviewing that they are an approved training affiliate of IFMA. So to take advantage of special savings today, you can use the discount code YourCareer50 to take advantage of $50 off of one of those core competency courses that fall outside of the FMP or the Essentials of FM workshop. If you use the discount code YourCareer100, you can get $100 off of the FMP bundle, so all four courses. And this is valid through the end of March. So you have some time to decide if you do want to purchase the program or find out which program is right for you. You have some time to decide that. You do not have to be an IFMA member to use these discounts. You do not have to be employed to pursue any of these credentials. So you do not have to be a member to pursue the credential either. So definitely this is something that if you're interested in doing, you can do. And we are hopefully giving you a little extra boost with getting some money off if you purchase within March. So that is the end of the presentation. Let's see, I'm just looking through to see if there are any specific questions. Some people have mentioned that they have been a facility manager for, it looks like, over 5 years, and they're looking to take the FMP. That's great. That's perfect. It seems like with the experience that you have, that you would be able to easily go through the program. And then if you have more than 5 years of experience within facility management, you may also look at the CFM certification, since you do have to have more than 5 years of experience to be eligible for the CFM certification. But the FMP program is a great way to also prepare for CFM certification as well. Let's see. And if you are, head of your department and looking for ways to upskill and train your employees or team, please reach out to us. We do provide discounts for 2 or more individuals going through the program. So if you have a team and you're looking to understand what are their skills gaps, what programs may be right for you, please reach out to us. We can provide direction for your facilities department or team in what training they need, where do their skills gaps lie. So someone asked, list out authorized training centers in Dubai. We do have a number of training centers in the GCC. I believe there are a couple specifically within Dubai. I will type the training affiliate list into the chat after this presentation, so you have the direct link to that list of those providers as well. All right, that it concludes today's presentation. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate your time today and for listening to me speak. So my colleagues in the United States will also be giving a presentation later today at 11 a.m. Central US time. So if you have some colleagues on that part of the world, or you want to listen to this presentation again later in the evening for you, you can do that as well. And again, all of these are recorded and available on IFMA's LinkedIn as well as our YouTube channel. So thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll see you next month for the next presentation. Thank you.